Alright, first off, this is pertaining to a 2000 Ford Focus ignition lock issue. The issue where you put the key in the ignition and you can't turn it. If your steering wheel is locked, or if you try to move the vehicle, you can't tow it with another one and steer because you can't steer it. Basically, when this happens, the car is rendered completely useless. There are many videos about removing this wonderful gizmo. I tried to drill it out, was unsuccessful in getting it to work. The theory is basically you drill through the housing, and if you drill in the right spot, you will damage the pin that holds the that actually engages the steering lock, and from there, once that pin is damaged and you can turn your key, you can click one forward, which is to your accessory position, and then you can press this wonderful pin and then pull the cylinder out. Yeah, that's not what happened for me. So basically, what I had to do was this. I realized after I started drilling this thing out, and tumblers fell out, pieces fell out, I couldn't get this to turn to save my ass. So basically, I realized that I'd have to drill this pin. You know, I figured just put a drill bit in there, drill that out. Yeah, no. This is aluminum, and if you damage any of this, that piece that mates up inside the steering column, you will be replacing your steering column. No, I didn't want to do that, so I thought that if I start getting larger bits and drilling, figuring roughly the distance from here to there, if I kept drilling and I kept kind of leaning the bit that way, that I would weaken that pin enough so that I could put a screwdriver in there, whack it once with a screwdriver, and I could get the cylinder out. Well, guess what? That is exactly what happened. It popped because you can see it here poking down at the top of your screen. The cylinder's out. This is probably going to be a little bit of a project over a few days. Some words of caution. Whenever you're drilling inside here, again, be very careful not to leave this area. Don't drill through this into this housing, because all of this is attached to the column, and you'll then have to replace the column. Removing the steering wheel isn't absolutely essential, but it is helpful because you then have access to reach things and you don't have to worry about moving the steering wheel around. Steering wheel, the bolts on the back of the steering wheel that hold the airbag in place are 5.5 millimeters. Some places are going to tell you that 6 is going to work. 6 is not going to work. And those bolts stay in the steering wheel. So this is our airbag. Please handle that thing with an extreme amount of caution, because if it deploys, it's going to kill you at worst. So another word of caution is, again, when you start drilling this thing, don't exceed the key length. It's about 1.25 inches. Okay, and whatever you do, don't drill out of this, because if you do, again, you're going to damage all of this. And make sure you disconnect your battery and you wait about 5 minutes before beginning the job. 5 minutes minimum, I'd say 20. Again, you don't want to play with that airbag. Alrighty, thanks, bye.